When? This video is about how do I know if I have a good or bad mutual fund. As an investment advisor, I often have people come in to see me who are discouraged by their investments, and they think that because an investment lost money in a year or a month or a week, that it's a bad investment. And what I want to talk about now is how to judge whether or not your mutual fund is high quality or low quality. It's not a matter of whether or not you made or lost money yesterday or last week or last year. That's way too simple. What you want to look at is, does my mutual fund do well as compared to other mutual funds in its same category? And we want to look at both high returns. Does it perform and does it make money in line with other similar mutual funds? And we also want to look at risk. In other words, in bad years, how far does this mutual fund fall, or has it fallen in the past? Now, of course, you'll hear this a lot in investments, that past performance does not guarantee future returns. So truly, investing is like driving down the highway in a rainstorm with your windshield blocked out and all you can do is look in the rearview mirror. And that probably sounds pretty discouraging, but it's true. There's only so much we can do, and we do use a lot of historical information to make judgments about what we'll do in the future with our investments. But the important thing I want to get across is that if you have a diversified portfolio, in other words, you have a mutual fund invested in U.S. large company stocks and U.S. small company stocks and international large company stocks and bonds and real estate, the nature of investments is that different areas of the market do better at the same time than others. And we never know which is going to be the good area next year or not. So that's why we have diversification. In other words, we keep a little bit of everything so that we're well positioned no matter what happens next year in the market. Now, when you're looking at your mutual fund itself and you think, oh, my US large cap mutual fund lost 10% last year. This is terrible. I'm going to sell this fund. No, don't rush to judgment. What you should first look at is, how did other US large cap funds do last year? Did they lose 15%? Well, in that case, your 10% loss looks pretty good. You actually did well compared to that area of the market. On the other hand, if many other funds in your sector of the market that you're looking at, for this example, US large company stocks, gained 5% in a year that your investment lost 10%, yeah, maybe that's not such a great mutual fund and you should consider making a change. There are tools out there to help you with these decisions. The one that's probably most well known is Morningstar. They have a 5-star rating system for mutual funds. And what Morningstar does is they take the universe of mutual funds, they compare funds that are similar to each other for return and downside risk over different periods of time. So they have 1 year, 5 year, and 10-year Morningstar ratings. A 5-star rating by Morningstar means that your fund has performed better with less downside volatility than other funds in its category over the period of time where they're judging it. So that is a helpful tool to give you an idea. Gee, my fund didn't do very well last year, but is it still a good fund to hold long term? There are other organizations like Lipper, for example, that do fund rankings as well. Morningstar is not the only game in town, but I would always encourage you to do that extra bit of research before you decide your mutual fund is bad just because of some negative returns. Make sure that it maybe isn't bad just 1 year because the area of it that it was invested in the market had a bad year. Make sure it's really not a bad fund compared to others in its category. That's the way you judge whether or not you have a quality mutual fund.